Hello everyone, this is Arohi and welcome back to my channel Code with Arohi. In my today's video, I'll explain you how to create a Rasa chatbot using Rasa 2.3, the latest version of Rasa. In my previous video, I have already explained you how to install Rasa 2.3 and then how to create a basic chatbot using Rasa 2.3, right? So I have already explained you how to write your intent.yml file and how to write your stories.yml file and what to write in domains.yml file. So if you are new to this video, I'll recommend you to check that video first, right? So the link is given in description section, you can check it, right? And after that, in my today's video, I'll explain you how to use slots and what are forms and how to use and how to practically each and everything I'll show you practically. How to use forms and then what is rule.yml file, which is new in Rasa 2. This part was not in the Rasa version 1, right? So rules.yml file, why we have this rules.yml file and what to write in it and how to write your custom action, right? I'll show you each and everything practically and I'll give you the code I will give you the GitHub link so that you can try this code at yourself, okay? So let's start. So let me show you the nlu.yml file first of all. So this is my nlu.yml file. So over here we have already created, see I'm updating my previous code only, the code which I have used in my last class, we are updating that code only, alright. So we were already having intents like greet, thank you, buy, affirm, deny. So today I'm just creating one intent, this one. Intent name is register, right? So what I'm saying is, so these are the different example. If user want to register with you, then what are the different examples, what are the different ways user can use to get register. So these are the example. I want to get register and what is the registration process, and then guide me with the registration process, register me, registration process. These are few examples for telling our chatbot that the intent over here is user want to know the registration process, okay? So this is the intent. Now if user want to register, so we are saying to user over here that if you want to register, you need to provide your email ID, right? We are registering on the basis of email ID. Let me show you that, how to do that. Now we want user to write the email ID, alright. So guys, let me show you the output first of all so that you can, you can relate what all things I'm saying. So let me show you the output first of all. So guys, when you want to run your chatbot, you need to open 3 different command prompts, okay? So I have 3 different command prompts, you can see 1, 2 and 3. You need to open 3 different command prompts, and in all the command prompts you need to enter in, I'll execute it over here and show you. So let's suppose, so first of all I'm in D drive, okay? So I'm in D drive. So let's suppose your code is in E drive, then you have to enter in E drive first of all. So my code is in D drive, so I am here, and then CD, go into the folder where you have created your virtual environment. So my virtual environment is here, so I have entered in that folder. Now you need to activate the environment. So if you are using window machine, then you can use the way which I am using to activate my environment. So environment is activated, you can see over here in front of this we have this thing, that means my virtual environment is activated now. Now you have to go in the folder of your chatbot. So my folder is let me see, sorry, give me a minute, let me see my folder. It's in, okay, it's in Rasa. In this folder I have another folder. So this is my project folder. Now I am in my project folder. Open 3 command prompts and in all the 3 command prompts execute the same step, right? Enter in your project folder, activate your environment. Now we have 3 command prompts. Now in each of the command prompt you have to run these commands. In first command prompt, see, if you want to, my model is already trained, so I'm not performing the training process, but if you want to train your model, so you just need to write rasa train and enter. Okay, this will train your model, but my model is already trained, so I'm not running that step. So what commands I'm running is rasa run actions. This is the one command, rasa run action. So in one command I have I'm running this process. Now move to second command prompt. So this is my second command prompt. Over here I'm running this command. So the command which I have shown you in my last command, which is which is responsible to run your rasa core, rasa. So what that command is, rasa run endpoint.yml, port number, this port number, and then credentials.yml, and this is the command. Don't worry, I'll give you this command. Let me run this command. So this command is running in this command prompt. Now let's go to the third command prompt. In my third command prompt, I'm running python space web underscore app.py. This is my Flask application which will run my code. And now this kind of screen you will get when you'll run all these 3 commands in separate command prompts. One is rasa run actions, other one is the command is used to run rasa, third command is python webapp.py. Python webapp.py is responsible for showing you this design, and other 2 commands are responsible when you'll type something over here, then with the help of other 2 commands you'll get output from the chatbot over here. Alright, so let's refresh it. Just give me a second. So this is showing error. Okay, so I forgot to enter over here, so that's why that code is not working. So now you can see we are getting this URL over here. This is the URL which I have entered over here, and I got this design. Now chatbot is running. Now let's execute and let me show you what exactly I was saying to you, that registration part. First of all, we are just greeting our chatbot and chatbot is greeting us back. Now I want to say that register me, and let's see what chatbot reply with. So the chatbot is saying, please enter your email ID, we will send you the registration process there. So let me, now chatbot is asking me to fill my email ID. So now I'm filling my email ID, Arohi Singla 1987 at gmail.com, enter. And now chatbot is saying, thank you for providing your information, and then it is showing me my email ID back. So what just happened over here is chatbot asked the user to provide some detail. Okay, so how we can perform this kind of functionality? So this can be done with the help of slots. All right, now what we are using over here, we are using a form to fill information, and we are taking information from user using slots. So this is the functionality which I am going to show today. Alright, so let's go back to the code now. So this is the intent. User will ask for registration process, and these are the different examples which user can say. After that, let's come to this domain.yml file. So you need to register, you need to add that register intent under intents, right? Remember, I have told you earlier also, all the intents and all the actions which you have created, those all things should be in your domain.yml file. So this is what we are doing over here, right? So under intents, I have written the intent which I have created for registration process. Under actions, now I'm adding these 2 things, validate underscore register form and this. Let me tell you what it is. So now what I'm doing is, just see these 3 lines. Okay, so what I'm doing over here is forms. Whenever you want to create forms, under forms you have to write the code for forms. See, in Rasa version 1 we were creating forms in actions.py file, but in Rasa version 2 we are creating forms in domain.yml file only. So I'm creating a form over here, right? Form, and this is the name of the form. What is the name of form? Register underscore form. Okay, and under this form, how many different values you want to take from user? So we want only one value from user, email ID. So I have created this, you can say like this is one field where user will write the value. So the field name is register email ID. Type means what kind, whether this form will get, see there are different ways of getting data over here. So we are getting data in the form of text today, so writing text over here. We will discuss about this later. Just for today, just understand this thing. We are creating form. Under that form we have one column where we want to store this data, right? So type the data which we are going to store in it. That data is of we are taking that data from text only. The text which user is typing in that chatbot, we are taking text from there. Okay, so this is the form with single record, because we want to store email only. Form is created. Now when user will type some data, we see, in normal languages, also in programming languages, we use variables to store data temporarily, and then once process got completed, those variables get free, right? In the same way, slots are variables only. Okay, so we are using slots over here. Why we are using slot? Because we want to store email ID in it. Okay, the email ID which user will type. Okay, so under slots, okay, let me show you. Under slots, this is my slot name, and this slot, the type of data which we are entering is text. This influence conversation is false. So we will discuss about these things later. I don't want to complicate today's code with these things also. Just see, if you'll not write this thing, then also your code will work fine. All right, so created form, created slot. From this slot we will provide data over here. See, the type we have written over here is text. The data which this slot will accept is text, and that data will go here from text, this text. Okay, so slot and this part is clear. Now what is this? These two things. See guys, till now you have understood how to create slot and why we are using slot, and then we have created form over here. Now what we need to do is, this part is really very important, actions.py file. In Rasa 2, let me show you the folder structure of Rasa 2. First of all, see, these are all the files and folders. Over here we have one folder with the name of actions. In Rasa 1, we were not having any folder with the name of action. We are directly writing our actions over here. And in this action folder, when you will open this action folder, you have your actions.py file over here. And we need to write some code over here, because we have created a form, and to complete the working of that form, we need to write some code over here. That, let me show you what is it. Okay, so this is my form file, actions.py file. First of all, these are the required modules which you need to import. And now over here, see, this process is totally new in Rasa 2. In Rasa 1 we were working in a different way. In Rasa 2, actions.py file works in a different way, right? So what we are doing over here is, I have created one class, and in this class we are writing form validation action. This thing we were not using in Rasa 1. This is new in Rasa 2. And what is the purpose of this class? The purpose of this class is to validate if the slots are filled which we are requesting from user, whether that information is provided by user or not, right? So we are just validating whether that data is there or not in a slots. Okay, so this is what we are doing over here. So first of all, whenever you create class, you need to use this form validation action, and now we have one function with the name of name, and this register underscore form. If you remember this register underscore form, let me open this domain.yml file over here. So this register underscore form is the name of form. This name you have to write over here, register underscore form, but before that you need to write validate underscore. Okay, so this is what to do. First of all, this thing validate underscore, and this form name should be the name which you are using in the form under which you are using in domain.yml file. All right, now this is the run function. This will run your code, and then we have one more function over here. See this function. So this function is, okay guys, over here, this is the function. Okay, so now you can see these are the important parameters which are the part of this function: validate underscore, and then over here you need to write the slot name which you are creating. Always remember, validate underscore the same way validate underscore which we have used over here, same way write validate underscore, create function, write validate underscore, and over here you need to write the slot name which you have created in your domain.yml file. Okay, and then these are the required parameters. See, this is the code which you need to write, in which you need to change every time as per your requirement. So this function you can just copy it like this only every time. The only thing which you need to do is this part. So what I'm saying over here, if register email, guys, if you remember, register email is my slot name, right? So if register email, if not slot value, this slot value means if there is no value in a slot, then return none, otherwise return the slot value which user filled. Got it? So we are validating a function, we are validating our slots over here, we are validating our form, this is my form name, we are validating our slots. Once our slot get validated, now we want to submit the form, right? So this is how we work, right? First of all, we fill value, we validate the value whether user have filled those values or not, and then we submit the form, right? So now we have next class, this next class over here, we are just using that action class. The name of it is action underscore submit registration. First of all, let me show you what is it. If you guys remember, in my domain.yml file, under actions, I have written these two things: validate underscore register form and action underscore submit registration. Now clear, these two things we are getting from our actions.py file. This validate underscore register underscore form is the class, the name of that particular class which is validating our slot value, and this action is the name of the class which is submitting, which is responsible for submitting our form. Okay, so this is the name, and again the run function. Now what we want is, under this username variable tracker.getSlot, using tracker.getSlot, you can get the value which user have filled in that particular slot. So now I want to get the value which user have filled in this particular slot. So we have created this slot, right, in my domain.yml. So I want to get the value of that particular slot, and I'm printing the value. For today's class, I'm just printing the value. We are not going for further functionality. In my next classes, I'll show you how to do what all kind of functionalities we can perform with the help of slots. But right now, in my today's class, I'm just telling you how to create slot, how to use slot. So we got the slot, and then using dispatcher.utter message, I have one template with the name of utter details thanks. Now this template utter detail thanks, this template I have defined in my domain.yml file. Okay, so it is this is the thing, utter detail thanks, and what we have written in is thanks for providing the given details, and in curly braces I have written the slot name so that the value which is in my slot name will get will be visible with this particular message, right? This is what we are doing. So now one more thing is, guys, when you create any slot, so the slot which we are creating over here is register mail, and you want that user fill data in this slot. How user will fill data in this slot? So you need to call this slot. So how we do that? The slot name is register email. What you need to do is, you need to write like this, utter underscore ask underscore and then the slot name. Utter underscore ask underscore, this is the slot name, and please enter your email ID, we will send you the process there. Means when, let me show you how this working. See, when I have written register me, what just happened? Please enter your email ID. We have sent you the process there. That means what we are doing over here, we want to fill the value in that particular slot which we have created, and after this message we will fill the value. This value will get stored. Where will get stored? The slot which just showed this message. Okay. So this is how this thing works, and let me see if there is anything else to tell you. So that's it, guys. So what we have done today is, we have created one intent register and added that intent under intents, and under actions we have added two things. This form and this submit thing we are getting from our actions.py file, and we have created a form. This is the form, and this is the slot which we have used. And yes, very important thing, let me tell you what is there in rules.py file. So rules.py file is new in Rasa 2, okay, and whenever we are using any forms, we define the flow of the work, means how story. Generally we write everything in stories, right? Stories.yml means if user is saying this, then chatbot should reply with this, alright. But when we are talking about forms, wherever you are creating form, then you have to define the rule or the story for that particular form, means how that form should appear, after which particular step that form should come, and how to activate the form and how to deactivate the form and how to submit the value. All those things you have to define in rules.yml file. So let me show you how this rules.yml file work. So basically these things, we will start with writing like this rule. This is the syntax, you have to follow this syntax. So rule, steps, under steps we have defined. So intent is register. Remember the intent when user is saying register me or help me with the registration process, all those examples are under register. So what we are saying is, when intent is register, utter ask register email. Remember, register email is a slot name. Utter ask will ask this question. Utter ask will ask this question. Please enter your email ID, right? So what we are saying is, when user is typing something which is related to get registered, then this should be the next message which user see, and then start the register form, call this register form, and then active loop means your form will get activated, register form get activated. Okay, and now we want to submit the form. This is what you did. Now this is the second step. This second step is about to deactivate your form and then free the slots and then submit the value. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Condition: active loop. If the form is in active, then perform these steps. Register form, active loop, null. Now basically what we are doing over here is we are finishing the process. Once user fill the data, after that we want to deactivate the form and submit the values. This is what we are doing. Slot was set, this was the slot name, the value is null, and over here the value is null, and then we want to perform this action. What action? Action underscore submit register. Remember this action, we have created this action in actions.py file. Action underscore submit register. And what will happen when this action get executed? You will see this output on your chatbot. This is what we are getting, right? This is what, okay, so this is the output we will get when we perform this particular action which we have mentioned in rule, right? So what we have studied today, we have created a slot, we have created a form, we have filled value in slot, and then we are validating our slots whether that slot is filled or not using the validate class of actions.py, and then we have another class in actions.py which is responsible to submit the data and then submit the form and show us the output which we want to see. So this is the output which we want to see. So guys, that's it. I'll show this code in my GitHub. So the link is given in description section. You can check that. And in my next video, I'll show you how to use entities. So we know slots and forms now, but how to use entities. All right. So in my next video, I'll show you a combination video where we are going to use entities. From entities, we are going to store data. Right, we'll take data from entities and then we'll give that data to form and work further, right? So thank you for now, guys. If you like my video, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.